Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm here. And today we are going to talk all about how to fertilize houseplants, the best fertilizers you can use, and how to avoid burning your plants when you feed them, because that can happen too. So let's jump in. I've chosen to start this video with a little bit of a hook, if you will. Are your houseplants looking droopy, wilted, or just not growing at all? It could be so frustrating. And sometimes people think it's because they aren't getting enough light, or they're watering too much or watering too little. But I'm willing to bet that the real reason why your plant is having issues is because it isn't getting enough nutrition from its soil. Let me explain. Over time, as a plant grows and takes nutrients from its soil, the soil becomes depleted. Now, if you were to take a handful of dirt outside, look at it under a microscope, what you would really be seeing are microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, and other microscopic life forms that break down organic matter, creating food and releasing nutrients into the soil, which the plants can then absorb. This process of nutrient release happens very slowly though, and depending on how long the plant has been growing in the same container, the soil may have lost most of its nutrition, and the plant isn't able to get what it needs to thrive. This is when you can step in and add fertilizer to replenish what's been lost and help your plants grow big and beautiful. In nature, plants get their nutrients from decomposing animals, falling leaves, decaying wood. Basically, nutrient recycling. When we grow plants indoors, we have to mimic that process by adding our own homemade or store-bought fertilizers. Today, I'm going to show you the best natural fertilizers you can use to feed your indoor plants. You probably already have most of these items in your house right now. Stick around to the end of this video because I'm also going to share with you common fertilizing mistakes that can actually harm your plants so that you know what not to do. Let's go. The three primary nutrients that plants need are nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, which you'll often see listed on a fertilizer label as N, P, and K. Nitrogen promotes leafy green growth. Phosphorus encourages strong root development and flowering. Potassium helps with water regulation, disease resistance, and overall plant health. Different fertilizers have different ratios of these three nutrients, and some will even list percentages like 5, 5, 5, or 10, 10, 10. These numbers indicate the proportion of each nutrient in the fertilizer. For example, a 10-10-10 fertilizer contains 10% nitrogen, 10% phosphorus, and 10% potassium. However, it's important to remember that ratios aren't everything when choosing a fertilizer. For instance, if your goal is to encourage flowering, you might opt for a balanced fertilizer with a lower concentration of nitrogen, since excess nitrogen can hinder flowering. Or if your plant seems to have stunted growth, you might choose a fertilizer high in phosphorus to promote root development. Now that you know a little bit about plant nutrition, let's get into the list of the best natural fertilizers you can use to feed your houseplants. Number 1, banana peels. I bet you didn't know you could feed your plants with banana peels. They are rich in potassium, which supports overall plant health, disease resistance, and water regulation. To use them as fertilizer, simply remove the brown outer skin of the banana, chop the peel into small pieces, and bury them in the soil. You can either bury them whole or chop them up first. I just like to chop mine up because I've had better luck with them breaking down and being absorbed by the soil and the plant. You can bury 1 to 4 of a banana peel or half of one per month and your plants will love it. Number 2, coffee grounds. Coffee grounds contain a significant amount of nitrogen, which promotes leafy growth. They also provide a slight acid boost, benefiting plants that prefer acidic soil. To use them as fertilizer, sprinkle a thin layer of dried coffee grounds on top of the soil around your plants. I like to mix them in with the top layer of soil. Don't pile them up against the base of the stem though, or you risk rotting the plant. You can use coffee grounds once or twice a month, but keep in mind that too much nitrogen can cause the plant to become top heavy and leggy and fall over. Number 3, crushed eggshells. Eggshells are an excellent source of calcium, which strengthens cell walls and improves plant resistance to diseases. They also provide other essential nutrients like phosphorus, magnesium, and potassium. To use eggshells as fertilizer, crush them into a fine powder and sprinkle them over the soil. You can use eggshells once or twice a week without worrying about burning your plants. No. 4, homemade compost. I love making my own compost from kitchen scraps like fruit and vegetable peels, coffee grounds, crushed eggshells, and more. To make compost, you want to combine all your kitchen scraps and let them decompose for several months. If you want to learn how to make your own compost at home, check out the video I did about it in the description box below. Once you've made your own compost, you can use it as a top dressing for your houseplants. Number 5, use green tea or herbal tea water. Most teas contain tannic acid, which provides iron and other beneficial nutrients to plants. Simply let your tea cool after brewing and use it to water your plants. You can do this once or twice a month. Just like coffee grounds though, too much tea can result in leggy growth, so use it sparingly. Number 6, rice water. This one may seem weird, but hear me out. Rice contains beneficial nutrients like phosphorus, potassium, and magnesium. To make rice water, combine 1.2 cup of uncooked rice with 1 cup of water. Let it sit for a few hours and then strain the mixture. Use the rice water to water your plants once or twice a month. It's a gentle fertilizer that won't cause problems if you use too much. Before we move on to the next part of this video, please give it a thumbs up if you've learned something new so far. Now that you know some of the best natural fertilizers to use, let's talk about how to fertilize your plants. When fertilizing houseplants, less is more. Too much fertilizer can burn the roots and turn the leaves yellow or brown and crispy. Over-fertilized plants can also become top-heavy and fall over. I've never had much luck with granular fertilizers, and I found it's much easier to feed your plants with a liquid fertilizer like the ones I mentioned. A good rule of thumb is to feed your plants once or twice a month. Use small amounts of fertilizer and water your plants thoroughly after each feeding. Again, it's better to feed your plants small amounts of fertilizer consistently than to give them large amounts all at once. Also, match the fertilizer type to the plant's needs. Some plants require more nitrogen, for example, while others need more phosphorus. Consider conducting a soil test to determine your plant's specific needs. However, this is really only necessary for outdoor gardens. And now, I'd like to share with you a couple of common fertilizer mistakes to avoid. The first is overfeeding your plants. As I mentioned earlier, overfeeding can lead to root and leaf burn. Instead, follow the guidelines I shared previously for optimal results. The second mistake is fertilizing during the dormant winter months. Plants go into a state of dormancy during the winter where their growth slows down significantly. During this time, they require less fertilizer. You can resume fertilizing in the spring when growth begins again. And the third mistake is fertilizing dry soil. The fertilizer will burn the roots. Make sure you thoroughly water your plants before applying any fertilizer. I hope this was helpful. Remember, keeping your houseplants happy and healthy doesn't require expensive fertilizers. Just a few natural ingredients you probably already have at home. Less is more when it comes to plant feeding. If you found these tips helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more easy houseplant care guides. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.